Good morning, everyone. Just wait for a while. We are going to start the class. Okay, so hang on there. So our today's topic is average. Okay, so just quickly go through it. So I hope all of you know how to calculate average, right? How do you calculate average? I can't see the comments. Okay, all right. So let's get started. Which one?
No, we can take.
Okay, so let's get started with today's class. So today we are going to do averages, right? So if I'm talking about average and if I'm talking about bank exams, so it's one of the most important topic, and you'll get many questions from this, not only in terms of average but the application of average in another subjects. Like if you are solving data interpretation, so you need the use of average, how to calculate average. All right, so let's start with the class. So let's first do the recap of the previous class. Okay, so in the previous class you have studied ratios, right? And in ratio what you have studied? How to divide a given number. Let's say I have given number as x, right? And I have to divide this given number in a is to b is to c ratio. So how do I divide it? So the best strategy is just add all the ratios given to you. So I'll add a plus b plus c, and then I have to divide my this given number by that. All right. And if I ask you what is this part, so you will multiply a into it, so it will give you the value of first part. If you multiply b into it, it will give you the value of the second part. If you multiply c into it, it will give you the value of the last part, right? So that's how you calculate average. In this class, in the last class, you might have also studied partnership. Okay, so what is partnership? When two or more people start a business together. So those type of questions are called partnership questions. Okay, so again you will use the same strategy. For example, let's say 3 person started a business together, and after 1 year they got a profit of x rupees. Okay, and if they ask you how much a first person will get, how much second person will get the amount, and how much third person will receive the amount, so will they do the same thing? Same, dividing the given number in this ratio. Okay, so partnership questions are also based on ratio. Okay, let's do the question which most of the students got wrong from the last CPP. Okay, I'm giving you 1 minute, just quickly read the question. Okay, and then I'll explain you how to solve it. Okay, let's read the question. Two friends, P and Q, started a business investing an amount of ratios in 5:6 ratio. All right. R joined after 6 months, investing an amount equals to Q's amount. At the end of the year, 20% of profit was earned, which is equals to 98,000. What is the 20% of the amount invested by R? Okay, so this is the solution. I'll write the solution for you one time. Okay, so let's start that P and Q invested 5 and 6. Okay, I'm just taking 5 and 6. Okay, so they are in the business for complete 12 months, isn't it? So I will multiply 12 here directly. Right, they are into the business for 12 months. But when I'm coming to R joined the business 6 months later. All right, so 6 months later means for R, and he is investing the amount equals to Q's investment. So Q's investment is 6, so R is also investing 6, but only for 6 months. So you'll get 36, here 78, and here 60. And finally, you take the ratio of this. Correct? So if you do the cancellation, correct, so 6 times and then this 6 times. Okay, so when you solve it, you will get 5:6:3. And after that question is easy. What they are saying that profit is 20%, total profit, 20% of total profit is equals to 98,000. So what does it mean? 20% means how much? 1 by 5, correct? So T is equals to 5 into this 98,000. So you will get total amount as 4,90,000, right? And now what they are asking you, how much R received? Okay, we need to find 20% of R received, but let's find how much R received first. So again the same logic, 3 I want out of total how many? 5 plus 6, 11, 11 plus 3, 14. So 3 by 14 into 98,000 I have to do. Sorry, not 98,000, because I have already calculated the total amount, right? So this is 49, so 4,90,000, right? So when you solve it, you will get this amount, right? And finally read the question. You need to find 20% of it. So 20% of this number will be 21,000. Okay, so the correct answer is option B. Is it clear to everyone? All right, let's move to the next part and we'll start with today's class. Okay, now goals for the today's class. We are going to learn what is average, different formulas and shortcuts for average, and average speed. Okay, let's begin with what is average. Okay, I hope all of you know that average is total of all the values. Okay, you are going to add all the numbers divided by number of terms, right? So this is your basic formula for average. So your formula is average of numbers is equals to sum of numbers divided by total numbers. Okay, let's try to solve this question first. Let's try to solve this. The numbers are 10, 11, 13, 15, 18 and 23. Okay, so how do I do it? 10 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 18 plus 23 divided by how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 terms are there. So I will do this. Okay, quickly write me what will be the sum and sum of this 6 numbers. So the sum will be 10 plus 11 plus 13 plus 15 plus 18 plus 23 will be 90, and I have to divide it by 6. Okay, let's solve it. So how much I will get? 6 one time and 6 5 times. So the answer is 15. So it's pretty much easy, you know how to calculate the average. Okay, let's start getting into the different kind of operations on average. Okay, effects of different operations on average. Okay, if I give you this 4 numbers, tell me what do you get average? Yes, Vishaka, your answer is right. Try to find this. These are the numbers and you need to find the average of these numbers. So what you do? 40 plus 50 plus 30 plus 80 divide by 4, that is 200 divided by 4, that is 50, right? So your average is 50. Okay, now I am going to make a change in this question. Now I am saying that each of this number, each number is increased by let's say 10. Okay, I am increasing each number by 10. Find the new average. Find the new average. Each number is increased by 10. What will be my new average? So one way is, what will I do? I will increase each number. So 40 will become 50, 50 will become 60, 30 will become 40, and 80 will become 90, and then divided by 4. Okay, so I have to add them and now solve it. So what will be my sum now? My sum will become 220. Even if I don't do it like this, I can do it directly over here. What was the sum earlier? 200. And because 10 is increased in each number, so another 40 you will get, correct? Another 40. So your sum will become 240 by 4, right? So your new average will become 60. All right. If I say each term, initially each term is decreased by 5. Each term is decreased by 5. What will be my new average? Each term is decreased by 5. What will be my new average? If I decrease this 40, 50 and 30 and 80 by 5 each, so what will be my new average? Correct, Gurunath, your answer is correct. That will be 45. Okay, if I ask you each term is multiplied by 2, each term is multiplied by 2, what will be the new average? Each original term, I am talking every operation on this. Okay, so each number is multiplied by 2, what will be my new average? So each term will become double. 40 will become 80, 50 will become 100, 60, 160 and so on, right? Your answer is correct. So if I divide it by 4, I will get 100 over here. And if I divide each term by 5, so if I divide 40 by 5, I will get 8. If I divide 50 by 5, I will get 10 and so on. I am asking you. Correct. So your new average will become okay. What will be your new average here? Tell me. No, Gurunath, it will not be 10. Think. I am dividing each number by 5. So 50 divided by 5 will be 10, right? Okay. So do you realize one thing over here, that whatever operation you apply on each number, you will get the same operation applied on your average, right? So if you are multiplying each number by 2, your average will be multiplied by 2, correct? If you are decreasing each term by 5, your average is decreased by 5. right? So if I ask you very simple question, let's say the average age of Ram and Shyam is 30 years at present. Okay, I quickly write the question here itself. Average age of Ram and Shyam is 30 years. What will be the average age of them after 5 years? What will be the average age of them after 5 years? So it will be 35, right? Because you are increasing 5 in each of them. ठीक है. This one, 8th one. I'll do it. Okay. Okay. Moving on to the next topic. All right. Okay, let's get into the different type of formulas and shortcuts. Okay, so there will be a lot of questions which will help you. Okay, so let's get into the formulas and shortcut. Okay, so what does this statement says? If the difference between the number is constant or same, like 2, 4, 6, 8 or 3, 6, 9, 12, then average can be calculated as first number plus last number divided by 2, right? So if I give you numbers like 4, 7, 10, 13. So do you see one thing common over here, that each term is increased by 3, correct? Each next term is increased by 3. So whenever you have a constant difference, what you can directly do is, how to find average, instead of doing this 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8, something like this, you can directly do the first term plus the last term and divided by 2. Okay, do this example. The numbers are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 and 24. These are the number. Just quickly tell me the average of them. So each term is increased by 4, right? You can see it over here. So what will be my average? So I'll do 4 plus 24 divided by 2. That's simple, correct? So you don't have to do anything over here. Yeah, correct, Vishaka, your answer is correct. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Average of first n consecutive natural number. What do you mean by consecutive? One by one, correct? One after the another one. So first n consecutive natural numbers. Let's say I give you sum of first 20 numbers. 20 natural numbers. So what do you mean by 20 natural numbers? It means you need to do from 1, 2, 3 till 20. So the formula is n plus 1 divide by 2. So in this case you will simply do 20 plus 1 divide by 2. Correct. So 21 by 2, that is 11.5. Okay, try this example. Average of first 25 consecutive natural numbers. Average of first 25 consecutive natural number. Yes, Gurunath, your answer is correct. It will be 13. So what you will do, simply 25 plus 1 divide by 2, that is 26 by 2, and when you solve it, it will be 13. Correct? So this formula will be very handy when you will get different question based on it. We'll see where you will get it. Okay, average of first n natural even numbers. So even numbers means you have to do only for this, numbers like this, correct? So if they ask you find the average of first 10 natural numbers, so the formula will be n plus 1. Okay, yeah, try to do this one. What is the average of first natural even numbers? So it's simply 10 plus 1. The formula is n plus 1, right? So you will simply do this. Yeah, Gurunath, correct. Okay, average of first n natural odd numbers is directly n. So the number which is given to you, that will be the answer. So what is the average of first 8 natural odd numbers? Average of first 8 natural odd numbers. So first 8 natural odd numbers will be what? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and so on, correct? So you are writing 10 such numbers. So your answer is directly n, so your answer will be 8, the number itself, correct? So these are some basic small shortcuts and some formulas which will help you to solve the question faster. Okay, now let's start with our first example. Okay, read the question and then we'll start doing it. Average weight of A, B and C is 45 kgs. The average weight of A and B is 40 kgs and that of B and C is 43 kgs. Then the weight of B is, okay. So tell me what should be my first equation. How should I make my first equation? My first equation will be A plus B plus C divide by 3 is equals to 45, right? Because they have mentioned that average of A, B and C is 45. So this will be my first equation. So can I multiply this 3 on the right hand side and I will get 45 into 3? 135, right? This will be my first equation. Tell me what will be my second equation. Average weight of A and B is 40. So A plus B. Now do it faster, okay? Don't keep writing these steps. Don't write all these steps. So just do it mentally that A plus B divide by 2 is equals to 40. So A plus B will be equals to 80, right? Similarly, B plus C divide by 2. Now just do it mentally. B plus C divide by 2 is equals to 43. So B plus C is equals to double of it, correct? Into 2. It will be 86. Okay. And now they are asking you then what is the weight of B. Now you have this 3 equations and there are 3 variables. You can easily find the answer. Try to do it. So what I can do is, I will put the value of AB in it. Okay, AB is equals to 60. So in place of this, I can put 80. So C is equals to 135 minus 80. Correct? So from here, I'll get the value of C as 55. And then I can put this value of C in this equation here. So if C is 55, B will be how much? 86 minus 55. That is 31. Right? So this is how you can do. This is one way, just replacing it and getting the value. Another way is, you can add these two equations. Try to add these two equations. So what will I get? I will get A plus 2B, because I am adding these two equations. So A plus 2B plus C is equals to 80 plus 86. That will be 166. Correct? So I will get a equation A plus 2B plus C is equals to 166, and then I can subtract my first equation from it. So I can subtract this from it. Okay, you know how to subtract equation, right? So A minus A will be cancelled out. 2B minus B will be B, plus C minus C will be cancelled out, is equals to, if I subtract it, I will get 31. Okay. So there are many ways of solving the same thing, but basically you should understand that instead, do not waste time writing the entire thing, correct? Because nobody is going to check your answer. You should be faster, and you have to just mark the correct option. Okay, moving on to the next example. Okay, I'll give you a minute, just quickly read it. Okay, the average weight of 15 girls in a group is 24 kg. So there are 15 groups in a girl, and their average weight is 24. The question says that if a new girl is included, the average weight increased by 2. What is the weight of this new girl? Okay, so let's read the first information and try to make equation on the basis of it. So there are 15 girls. So let's say for this x1, x2, like this, there are 15 girls, right? All right. Their average, it means divide by 15 is equals to given to me 24. Correct? Okay. So my first equation will look like x1 plus x2 till x15 is equals to, you will multiply this 15 into 24. So you will get 24 into 10, 240 plus another 120, correct? Because 5 into 24, so we will get 360. Okay, this is your first information done, correct? You used your first information. Now let's read the second information. When a new girl is included in the group, the average weight increases by 2. So the earlier average was 24, the new average become how much? 26, increased by 2. Okay, so let's make the equation for that. x1 plus x2 plus till x15 plus the new girl, okay, because 16 people are there now. And what I will write here in denominator 16, correct? I am supposed to write 16 here. But instead of, increasing my step, I have to work on time management also. So what I will do? I will directly do 16 into 26 here. Correct? 16 into 26 over here. So when I multiply 16 into 26, what will I get? I will get 146, right? If you have confusion, you can solve it and check. Okay, and now I have simply two equations. This is my first equation, this is my second equation. Let's subtract the first equation from the second equation. So I will write the first equation here and let's subtract. So when I subtract, tell me what all terms will be cancelled out. This x1 cancelled out, x2 cancelled out. Similarly, all these numbers will be cancelled out, only n will be left, right? And n is equals to 416 minus 360. Okay, so what will you get? 56. Correct? So your correct answer option is, these are the options, 56, 28, 34 and none of these. So you can directly mark 56. But isn't it a lengthier way? You have to write the two equations and then do a lot of calculation over here. Let's look for a better way of solving this question. Okay, so this is the shortcut. If a new person is added to the group and because of this average increases of that group, then the average weight or age of the new person can be found directly by. Okay, look at the formula carefully. What is the formula? Newcomer's value is equals to old average plus present number of people into the increase in average. Okay, let's go back to the previous question and try to apply the same shortcut in this. Okay, so what was the number of people earlier? Number of people earlier is 15. Now the number of people is 16. Correct? So present number of people in the group is 16. Okay, increase in the average. What was the increase in the average? Increase in the average is by 2, correct? Average weight is increased by 2, okay? Average weight is increased by 2. So I will put this in place of that. So present number of people is 16, increase in the average weight is 2 plus the old average. We know what was the old average. Old average was 24. So this will give me the value for the newcomers person, correct? So that will be 24 plus 32, correct? If you solve it, it is 56. So isn't it better way? This is the better way, correct? You just have to put all the values in this formula. So keep remembering this formula, newcomers value. It can be anything. It can be age or it can be weight. It can be anything. So whenever a new person is included in a group, that person value will be equals to the old average plus the number of people presently in the group. So after the increase, that number you have to write over there, right? Do not mistakenly write it as 15 here, because 15 is the number of girls earlier in the group. Now it is 16, correct? So that present number of people in the group. And into by the increase in the average. So average, how much average is increased? Increase in average, right? So this formula will be helping you to solve lot many questions. Okay, so it is your contest time. You get 60 minutes, quickly solve the question and tell me the answer. You can use the shortcut. I've taught you the shortcut for it. Okay, directly use the shortcut. Okay, quickly solve it, guys. Okay, so I think this is enough time for you to solving. Let's start. Let's move to the next question, next part of the topic. Okay, so here we are, average speed. It's one of the most important topic. Okay, let's quickly understand what is average speed. If I give you two speeds, let's say I give you 60 and 40. These are two speeds, 60 km per hour and 40 km per hour. And if I ask you to find the average, so lot of students will give me wrong answer. What they will do? They will do 60 plus 40 divide by 2. So you need to understand one thing very clearly, that average speed is not equals to average of number. You cannot do 60 plus 40 divide by 2. It's simply wrong. Okay, so what is average speed? Average speed is total distance traveled upon total time taken. Okay, so this is your formula, total distance traveled upon total time taken. Okay, now the shortcut, I'll tell you the shortcut here. The shortcut is, if the distance traveled is same, if the distance traveled is same, you can use the direct shortcut formula, that is 2 into S1 into S2 divided by S1 plus S2, where S1 and S2 are given speeds. Okay, so if two speeds are given to you in the question and they ask you to find the average speed of it, but you need to make sure that the distance traveled is same. If the distance traveled is same, then only you can use this formula. So you will simply do 2 into S1 into S2 divided by S1 plus S2. Okay, try to do this question. Read the question, you will understand what I am saying. A man is traveling in his car from A to B and back, from city A to city B and back, and he traveling with a constant speed of 40 km per hour from A to B, and he traveling with 60 km per hour while he is coming back. Find the average speed. Okay, so I have given you the shortcut. The shortcut is, I have told you that if the distance traveled is same. So in this case, the person is traveling from A to B and then coming back from B to A, right? So obviously the distance traveled is same. While going also he is traveling the x distance, let's say this is x kilometer. So while coming back also he is doing the x kilometer. So you can directly use the shortcut formula. So 2 into S1 into S2 divided by S1 plus S2. So in this, what are the values of S1 and S2? 40 and 60. So 2 into 40 into 60 divided by 40 plus 60. Okay, quickly solve it. What you will get? 2 into 40 into 60 divided by 100. 0 and this 0 cancelled out. What will you get? So you will get 48 km per hour. So this is not same with this number. If I do the arithmetic mean, I will get 50. But I told you that average speed is not equals to the average of number. It is different. Okay, try one last question. Okay, this is the last question for the class. Raju drove his car for 3 hours at a rate of 60 miles per hour and for 4 hours at 50 miles per hour. find the average speed for the journey. Okay. Now tell me one thing, is the distance traveled same in the question? Is the distance traveled same in the question? For first part, let's find the distance traveled. So he traveled for 3 hours at the rate of 60. So the distance traveled is 180 miles, right? And in the second case, 4 into 50, that is 200 miles. So distance traveled is not same. So I cannot use my shortcut, right? I cannot use my shortcut. So I have to do it by normal method. What was my normal method? I gave you the formula. Average speed is equals to total distance traveled upon total time taken. So total distance traveled will be 180 miles plus 200 miles. Right, this will be my total distance traveled, and total time taken 3 hours plus 4 hours. So total time taken is 7 hours, right? So that is 380 by 7. Okay, 380 by 7. Correct? Calculate it and tell me the answer. 380 by 7, how much you will get? 54.29 miles. Correct, guys? So we have done average speed, we have done average of number, we have seen some shortcuts, okay, and we have seen one very important shortcut, how to find the average when a new person is included in the group. Okay, so that's all for today's class, and now it is your time for CPP, correct? I have handpicked 10 good questions for you. You have to solve them, okay, and do it right now, because just now you have done the topic. So just start solving right now. Okay, thank you for joining with us.